Hi. Yeah, no, my camera's shaky as fuck in this video, and I don't know why. I know why, but I was hitting myself a lot and I was moving around a lot, so my camera's like for a lot of this video. I apologize. The point we're filming this video seems impossible. Here's why. I, for some reason, have too much shit on my phone, but not enough shit on my phone. It's just a lot. So, hi. Hi, my name is Victoria. Welcome to my channel. There's no intro for my channel because I haven't filmed a video in like 3 years. Why haven't I filmed a video in 3 years? 3 years ago, I was depressed. I had a lot of anxiety. I was very sad. If you couldn't tell by the videos I was making and the fact that I was trying so hard to be funny, I'm deleting those videos today because I was trying so hard, like so hard, and it was uncomfortable. Like looking at them now, I'm like, okay, shit, okay. So instead, I'd rather just be myself. So what I wanted to talk about today was something that happened to me within those 3 years. By technicality, it happened last year, but last year I had weight loss surgery. 3 years ago when I was on this channel, part of the reason that I was so depressed was my weight. I was extremely overweight. I still am overweight, but I was 364 pounds. So that's hardly tea, but it is what it is. I was 364 pounds. I was extremely unhappy. I had so much going on in my head in regards to my weight. Who finds me attractive? Do I like myself? I kept lying like on the internet saying I loved myself. I didn't love myself. And I think I loved myself. I just got a text. I love myself enough now, or I loved myself enough then to admit that I needed help, that I had a problem. And my problem was that I was severely overweight and I did not know how to approach it. And the issue at hand at the time was that I, number one, didn't want to really approach it because when you lose weight, that means change, and I don't like change. And I also knew that that change would impact me more than just physically. And I already had a lot on my mind at the time. So what ended up happening was that I just broke down and went with my mom, went to the meetings and got the surgery. How did I get the surgery, you may ask? I had to go to a weight loss clinic, sit down, be evaluated, be basically looked at and weighed and be like, yep, you're fat. And I was like, so they did all that. I had to go to with a nutritionist. I had to speak to a different nutritionist. I didn't understand. I felt like they kept saying everybody did a different job, but it kind of felt like I was just going to a nutritionist because everybody was just like, yeah, don't eat that. Yeah, eat that. Eat protein, do this. And I was like, which one of you is the nutritionist? I don't understand. Eventually, I did speak to the actual nutritionist, and yeah, she was like, eat protein, do this, that, and the third. And that's what I did. And yeah, I ended up losing 8 pounds. They were like, cool, you can get the surgery, but not yet. You have to go through the mental evaluation. The mental evaluation is not fun. It's not fun. They put you in a room with a psychologist, the on-site psychologist, and she sits with you and she's like, you're depressed, because she gives you several tests to take. And basically she told me, she did not tell anybody else this, she told me you're depressed. And I was like, cool. And been there, done that, knew that, but thank you. And she was like, how is this going to affect you? Do you feel like you need to speak to somebody else? XYZ. And then we went down that rabbit hole, and yeah, I had to go speak to somebody else. That person was like, you're depressed, but it will not impact your surgery. How she knows that, I don't know, because I only talked to her one time, but sure. And yeah, we went through that. So I had to go to class upon class upon class upon class upon class. I was so tired of going to classes to the point where I was like, I don't know, this is worth it. It feels like I was back at high school, honestly. They were like, you got to be here at 8 in the morning. You'll be here from 8 to 12. Next week, you'll be here from 7 to 9. I was like, for what? You're telling me the same thing over and over again. It's all necessary because it is ingrained in my head now, like protein shake, vitamins, protein shake, vitamins. You can't eat this, don't drink that. Like it is ingrained in my head even now. So I get why they did it. After that, surgery time. They gave me my surgery date. My surgery date was November 5th. I had my surgery already, clearly, and it is now December 2nd. I am no longer 364 pounds. I am 258 pounds, I think. This is me before surgery. This is like the last full body picture I took. This is me now. I don't know what I will be wearing in this picture because I take more full body pictures now than I did before. So let's talk about the surgery. I had the surgery. My surgery started late. That entire day was hell on earth for so many reasons. I had a lot of personal stuff going on that day, but I got the surgery. It was late. The surgeon came 2 hours late because somebody else had a complication with their surgery, and he was like, "Sorry," and I was like, "That's not gonna happen to me, right?" And he was like, "No, no, no." I was like, "Okay, doc." So I went, got the surgery, had my stomach cut. She woke up in a hallway. I was, I woke up in the hallway and I was like, and then the male nurse turned around. He was like, "She's up." And then I fell asleep again and I woke up in the room. So I woke up. I was in so much pain. It was excruciating, um, which pain varies for different people. I'm a strong girl. I don't want to be like, oh, I have a high pain tolerance. But for the most part, I'm usually okay. I was in pain. I woke up, I had gas, my mouth was dry and also wet at the same time. And I was like, I just want some water to like get this taste out of my mouth. And they would not give me any water. They gave me water in a pill cup. Like when when you're sick and they give you yeah, they gave me water in a pill cup. I was mad as hell because I was like, whose mouth is it supposed to moisten? Who was this going to help? It didn't help me. I get why they didn't give it to me because I couldn't have any fluids at the time. I get it, but I was mad as hell. Um, and I had gas, such terrible gas, to the point where I was like, what do I have to do to get rid of the gas? It had to be 3 in the morning. And the nurse was like, you have to walk. Walking helps. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up and walk. I walked around the floor. Guess what? I threw up blood. They didn't tell me I'd be throwing up blood. Skinny legends don't like throwing up blood. I didn't realize that until I became skinny legend. So they were like, yeah, that's pretty normal. I threw up blood 2 or 3 times that night. Not fun, not fun at all. And then the doctors came in the middle of the night with a bunch of, I guess, I don't know, I want to call them like trainees, but what are they called? Pre-med students. They came in, they were like, does this hurt? And I was like, I don't know, bitch. Does it look like it hurts? You're tapping on a hole in my stomach. Like, what? So I woke up the next day, wanted to go home. I went home because, which I shouldn't have gone home. I woke up the next day. I was there the whole day in agony. I just laid in the bed like this. And the nurses thought I was hilarious because I'm so big, but like I was really like, take me home. And they took me home. My sister took me home. I slept in my own bed. That was nice. And I pretty much spent the whole like 2 weeks of clear liquid time. I spent that whole 2 weeks doing nothing. I could barely walk around. I walked around as much as I could. But I was in a lot of pain. I drank a bunch of clear liquids. I drank a bunch of clear liquids. Drank a bunch of clear liquids. I drank a bunch of clear liquids and jellos and things like that, sugar-free foods, jellos and such. And yeah, so then I went upstairs within that 2 weeks and I jumped up on the scale because I was like, I went there's a bathroom downstairs in my house and obviously there's one upstairs. I went in the bathroom downstairs and I was kind of looking at my face and I was like, there's not as much fat there as there was before. And then I looked at my chest. You can't really tell because I am a breasty woman, but you can't really tell because of this shirt. I looked at my chest and I was like, well, I mean they look the same size, but like this part up here was not as plump as it was before. So it's kind of what's going on with that. So I went upstairs and hopped on the scale. When I got my surgery, I was about 350 something because I had to lose weight before I had surgery. When I jumped on the scale, I was about 317, which that was a shock to see because I hadn't done anything. I hadn't been exercising. I was just walking around and drinking water all day. And part of me is like, could I have just done that and not had the surgery? I don't think I could have, but that was exciting. That was very exciting. And this journey, from then to now has obviously been something because I'm no longer in the 300s. My goal, what I did was every 10 pounds. So every 10 pounds, I got to buy something. At first, it was little things like rings. I don't wear rings now because I lose them very quickly because I lose weight. The last time I had a ring on, I went to my sister's house. That was like the last time I saw my ring. I had a music ring. I'm a music student. I had a music ring on. I lost it. It just flew off somewhere. I have no idea where it went. I don't even remember losing it. I just remember looking down and there not being a ring there. So at first I bought myself rings, makeup, stuff to like, okay, you lost the weight, you lost the weight, lost weight. By the time I got to like 280 something was when I started buying myself clothes. And it wasn't like expensive clothes. Do not buy expensive clothes during this time. If you already have it, don't do that to yourself because you're not going to be able to wear it within the next couple of months. I've made that mistake 2 times. I bought a dress. I'm a college student. Money is, we don't play with that. So I decided, oh, I'm going to treat myself. So I bought a dress. That dress is $40. I cannot wear the dress now. The dress is 2 sizes too big for me. It was a mistake. So buy yourself clothes, but buy like cheap clothes. Go to Walmart. We go Rainbow Shop. Boohoo sometimes. Some of those places. Shein. Get clothes there, because though that expensive stuff, that's a waste of money. Obviously you can resell it, but it's not worth it. Sorry if my camera's moving a lot, it's because I express with my hands. And so that's what I did for myself was I bought myself clothes every 10 pounds, or bought myself something every 10 pounds. Now I am plateaued, so I can't buy myself anything. I don't have money anyway, so that's cool. But yeah, that was pretty much my surgery journey. I can go deeper into the whole like the where I was mentally, because I look at myself now, and I always thought facially, I always found myself to be very pretty. I can admit that I am pretty. And even when I was big, there was times when I'd be like, ain't nobody even telling me I was big. Like, they didn't even do that to me, sis. They didn't tell me I was fat. I'm 100% kidding. Society told me I was fat and ugly for the way I look, period. But I never really felt big all the time, if that makes sense. So mentally, when people come up to me and be like, oh, you're so pretty now, I'd be like, was I ugly before? Or, oh, you have a shape now. I'm like, what was that shape like before? Like, I went through a lot. I still do, because I still have family members even now that come up to me and they're like, don't lose any more weight. I'm like, bitch, I got this surgery so I'm trying to be the skinniest legend. I'm kidding. I would like to be probably about like a 10 at most. Right now I'm about a 16. I want to be a 10. So I got this surgery so I could be the skinniest of legends. I'm gonna lose more weight, and then don't lose any more weight. This looks good on you. Like, if you lose any more weight, you're gonna look sick. Bitch, the fuck? So so that's that. And then you go through the romantic part of my life. I've had some fun. Taking pictures of my body now is fun, because before I felt like, even like I look back and I'm like, oh, I did have to contort a little bit harder to get a picture of my back, but now I don't have to do all that. But now I have pictures of myself that I'm more confident in. Here's one. And look at me. Now it's not like that, but the romantic part is that I get so much more romantic attention now from men than I ever had in my life. Before, I got romantic attention from men that were usually upwards of 30, 40 years older than me from the time I was like 15, 14. I've always looked older than what I was, but now I get guys my age paying attention to me. And it's funny, because some of them are the same dudes who didn't want to talk to me when I was 300 plus. I get it, we all have a preference, but you called me ugly before. Don't try to act like I'm not the same person. Look, if I was ugly before, I'm uglier now on the inside, bitch, because of people like you. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, this has been an interesting video for me. I've enjoyed myself. I've definitely enjoyed myself. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, you should subscribe to my channel. My life has changed, Jesus, like in a way that I can't even really express. I'm not an expressive person. So, I'm not like oh my God, I love you so much, XYZ. I'm not one of those people, or I'm so grateful. I can say, as I speak now, like, I'm grateful for what I've had. I'm grateful for like the people around me, but that's pretty much as far as it goes. But my life has changed in a way that I genuinely can thank nobody else but God for, because I've lost weight. That's something I've been praying for since I was a child. I had a boyfriend, like an actual boyfriend, and that, granted, it didn't work out, and that's fine. He had issues, I had issues, mostly him, but that's neither here nor there. And that's okay, but it showed me, number one, that I didn't value myself the way I should have, and that somebody else, I can get a guy that will. I can have somebody that really does care about me. And I've, changed mentally. I pray and take my life so much more seriously. I did not see myself as a valuable person for so long, purely because of my weight and the way that the world made me feel about my weight, and the way that my peers from high school and such made me feel about my weight. And just, my life has changed in a way that I can't even express. So I would like to share some of these things with you guys. So if you please subscribe to this channel. I make videos, I'm gonna say either every Tuesday or every Saturday. So it could be Tuesday or Saturday that you will see my face, and talk about the things. I don't really do much in my daily life. I watch my nieces and nephews. That's pretty much it. I would like to share more of my stories from weight loss to dating now, to trying to date now. I've been learning Korean, so that's something I can talk about. I could talk about the Korean dramas and explain those while putting my makeup on, if anybody wants to see that. Um, and just, chit chat, because I ain't got shit else to do, and neither do you. It's the virus. You don't even have a reason not to watch my channel. It's the virus. Subscribe. Bye.